know about kayfabe is that he's a dog, and also it's participatory. And I think there's a difference we have going on where one side acknowledges it and they participate knowing that it's rigged, right? And then there's this one, the other ones are just participating, they're playing along, they know it's rigged. There's a thing here going on where your acceptance of how to interface with kayfabe, how to participate in kayfabe, whether or not that includes the fact that it's fake and scripted or not, is it play? Is it play? I don't, like I said, this was the edge of my thinking aloud. So the archetype, at least as far as I can tell, that I'm trying to manufacture as a TV station as part of mass media propaganda is that of us as fire ants coming together in small intentionality networks that will eventually achieve synchronic harmony. Hermio. We're into the sea of bullshit, forming small networks that will eventually come online. Now, I don't want to be an ant. Is that a shitty archetype to tell me? What the hell else do you have out there?
This is a place. And when we see each other, we can start playing together and working together. Those things you call commercials, I don't make those. People who want to play make them. And I don't know what my control is, especially that make
Gentlemen, this is the elimination course. My calling is to keep men out of the ministry. I consider my test a success when the blood is 4 feet deep and the bodies are floating around the room.
That's amazing.
Now, we're trying to gain people's attention. Before the people were able to commit to a follow, and again, I can't help but watch this and think, things are riding us. Things are riding us. And it's increasingly obvious.
Modernity sort of lured us into imagining we were in charge. That we were somehow in control, but we're not in control.
We've got a tiny group of people that are just sort of hyper about the blues, and they're learning together, and all of this new stuff sort of bursts forth. And in Laurel Canyon, you have this tiny little group of people that are sort of working on this, and then, in some ways, via technology, this stuff just spreads all out throughout the world.
It of course made me think about this little corner, because what doesn't? And it made me think about the little group of people that are just playing with things now.
And I thought Jordan Hall said it very well in the conversation,
What's up, everybody?
Blocking the Bill, the Easter Sunday service, Grim Grizz live stream. Hello, I see the assassins have failed. This is we have a special howdy out there to Channel Member Mills invoking his superpower of howdy Rascal emoji. Howdy to Matthew Felty, Zach Vineyard, Nicolette, And Cassandra as well. Welcome. We hope you're all feeling virtually not alone with this magic bubble. With the magic bubble. I'm Graham Grizz. This is the Shadow Cabal and the production executive, guys. Here's a more warm-up. More.
Although this world will devastate you, and rejoice although this world will penetrate you, and rejoice although you will not survive. Rejoice you'll never make it out alive.
Excellent rehearsal, gentlemen.
And rejoice your hair, it smells like burning hair. Oh, rejoice, your nails all got chewed off. Oh, rejoice, and holy fuck, you're bleeding there. Oh, rejoice, you burn your whole beard off. Rejoice despite the fact that the world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to shreds. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
Hey, I love that one. That's gorgeous. Thank you, brother. Wait, who's that brother?
Andrew Jackson.
You left the thing up. Hi, Mark Jackson, Jaihead.
Imagine a world where boundaries blur between reality and fiction, with Mikhail Gorbachev leading the charge. Gorbachev didn't just challenge political norms, he dared to break the fourth wall in storytelling. "Tear down that fourth wall," he exclaimed, inviting us into a new era of engagement. His metaphorical call wasn't for Berlin alone. It was a clarion call to storytellers and audiences alike. Engage directly, break barriers, and foster a dialogue. Gorbachev's words echo in the halls of creativity. As storytellers, it's our turn to tear down that fourth wall, inspired by Gorbachev's daring challenge. Join us in this creative revolution. Tear down the walls that confine your stories. Share, like, and subscribe for more inspiration.
Oh, hey, it's Easter. It's Easter. That means it's the day. It's a special magic day. It's a special magic day. We're going to talk some about that. But before we talk about such things, it's most appropriate that I give you savings throws against mind control that you're swimming in. I use against you, don't you know? All you have to do to get a savings throw against mind control is make a choice. You don't even have to say it out loud. It can be an internal choice just in your head between survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis for your resistance to the mind control. What about you will you use to prevent the mind control from changing things about you? So your will to survive, your social networks, your accumulated wisdom, or the power of your heart. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. So, whoa, we got a 16 for the survivalists today. That's pretty good. You've made it. Half damage. Socialists, a 9. You're going to have to pop in the hive mind chat. Focus. You can put it there. There you go. The 9 for the socialists. The lovers of wisdom pairing up with the socialists, also a 9. Also a 9. Heart folks pairing up with the survivalists with the 16 as well. Half damage for you. Indigo kids, 14. Parachakras, 14. Sisimu, Ron Copperman, good to see you with fajitas.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
I suppose it therefore then is worth noting that Cece Moole there in the hive mind made a guest appearance over here on this show with Afriel Pilot songs. Is a Saturday I'm playing video games, watch and talk to me. Let's see what part we happen to pose at.
Because that's the
Give
vibe
me
I
a
get from
brief
UCC.
synopsis.
a brief synopsis of what do you mean by express the archetype?
I'll try and come at it indirectly. The vibe that I get from your art is someone who has been through difficulty, has seen.
Remember.
There is no agency. We want
We all know that there is no agency. Any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. Oh. It's been so long since you got the corn opportunity. I thought you should have one. We got flippers in this deck. But yes, Foxman also has been putting out some stuff. Let's show some of his stuff.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
What's reality? I don't know. When my bird was looking at my computer monitor, I thought, that bird has no idea what he's looking at.
Hello?
And yet, what does the bird do? Does he panic? No, he can't really panic. He just does the best he can. Is he able to live in a world where he's so ignorant? Well, he doesn't really have a choice. The bird's okay, even though he doesn't understand the world. You're that bird looking at the monitor, and you're thinking to yourself,
hello, what is up, everybody? This is Noah with Unscripted Commentaries, and today we have another audience submission question, so we'll just hop right into it. Question we have here is, how do you get on with getting stuff done? It's easy to lie in bed and daydream about all the wonderful things we'd like to try and the things we want to get done, but getting up out of bed and getting those things done is often extremely challenging. Personally, I don't feel extremely qualified to comment, as this is something I continually struggle with. It's not uncommon for me to, get stuck on YouTube, or, the shorts content is very addicting, and it's just not that good. Like, most of it is just not helpful or generative at all. And it's easy to kind of get sucked in and just keep scrolling. And so I relate to this a lot. So after thinking about this all week and, doing my best like I do every week to try to get out of it, I have a few things I was thinking about in response.
Well, it turns out we're taking a little tour of my side or what it looks like from my perspective on what is. And we'll get a red church card of the show, and then present to you some secret leak of unauthorized footages. What? Yes. Yes, by the sacred order of foolish transparency, we'll foolishly be transparent about stuff we probably shouldn't, but it's so spicy. It's so spicy. The red church card of the show is the 6 of spades. We might be digging ourselves a little deep with this one, but what it turns out, in the secret members only section over on Strange Pete's Theology, some Matt C in the house What was their 33rd minute?
The times of where the Jewish people are over time, or Judean, depending on who's doing it, and it keeps pointing to Christ throughout that process, that transformative process to the Messiah. So that's really fascinating. That's a wonderful image of God's sovereign. Is using the message as the medium.
Yeah.
Kind of format.
Yeah, I mean it's like, because we live in God's world, we can't step outside his providential ordering of things. And I
Don't take my sunshine away.
This is how I steer. This is me chasing this net, Yeah. This is how I steer. Yeah. This is me chasing this net, Yeah. This is how I steer.
Midwestuary 2025, August 22nd through the 24th in Elmhurst, Illinois. A weekend you won't want to miss, with special guests Cale Zeldin, Paul Vanderklay, Rod Dreher, Elizabeth Oldfield, John Vervaeke, and Jonathan Pajot. Midwestuary 2025, the Fellowship of the Spirit. Stay tuned for more details. Visit us at midwestuary.com for ongoing updates.
And we'll finish our tour on the corner with the fellas whose notifications I regularly wake up to find out that whatever they're doing is over. Here's a stop by the Chris Howard. Here's a stop by the Chris Howard channel where you can get this, it seems, every morning. And that's good times, and you'll be in the right place if you see that guy over on the right there. That's him doing his thing. This one was 34 minutes, so what'd he close with? Oh, Neil singing to him. He was listening to Neil sing. I'll spare you. But also, in other news, Jeff B. does his C.S. Lewis robot lady shtick also very early in the morning. Wait, no, you fumbled that.
There's a lot of whistling past the graveyard going on, for sure.
Whistling past the graveyard. That's a good one.
Yeah. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo.
Everyone's going to see a lot of that, you understand? I had failed to drop the link in the Hive Mind. Here now, then, is Jeff P. At Shoulder Surf is the name of the channel.
Of music appreciation as a subject.
33.
Which I bought at Charing Cross in 1917. On the whole, I was pleased with Tasso. As a narrative poet, he stands high, the Jerusalem being really a very good historical novel. He quite fails to reach sublimity or even grandeur, but there is a fine, noble, simple spirit. He believes in chivalry with a boyish faith, which I don't find in Spencer. His third great merit is that he knows something about fighting. His single combats read like the real thing, not like what I find in Spencer and Mallory. He loves a good scientific swordsman.
Don't we all? And that concludes our tour around the corner for this Easter Sunday service portion of the stream. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all. And now a smooth transition.
People very just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. Happy, many down, many jack king from right. Just new king, big, great, can, new, happy. The owls are not what they seem, the owls. People very just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. Happy, many down, many jack king from right. Just new king, big, great, can, new, happy. The owls are not what they seem. The owls are not what they seem. The owls, people very just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. King, happy, many down, many jack king from right. Just new king, big, great, can, new, happy. The owls are not what they seem. The owls.
All right. That one's a little self-indulgent. Ain't it all, pal? Ain't it all? Ain't it all? All right, now, okay, let's see. We're gonna do a thing now, and the thing we're gonna do is solve for the problem. And the problem is, how do you solve for the problem? And we'll get into that. But what happened is, thank you, Ups, for bringing us closer to our Ko-fi goal of establishing goal setting and meeting as part of normalization of the goal setting and meeting as part of the stream. It's part of our process. There's a Chuck's deck card of the show, and it's this one, the 7 of Hearts. The 7 of Hearts today. Okay. Now, as you can see in our example there with the Jeff P. and the shoulder serve, I ended up watching the Joe Rogan where he too became an AI reader. I believe this one, you can tell, is a tacit endorsement of the Grok by the parts over here. You can kind of identify maybe
many VPN.
Anyway, what speeds? Oh yeah, but he had this guy on
services and only a few VPN and to temporary illegals use them daily.
Wait, stop. All right, so that's first. That, of course, obviously brings us to this. My job is humanity's job now, as a meme. And if that makes any sense to you, as a meme, please explain it to the hive mind. Because as you can see, I had to explain it to the... Huh?
So say we all, yuck, 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 ho, ho, ho.
But anyway, he talks to this guy, and that's the part I want to talk about. I think
racist.
I think it's this bit.
And I think the people that are sponsoring this kind of an odious thing, and it's because what they're doing is they're basically immiserating these people. They're making the quality of their life much worse. They're losing ground, and if they speak up about it, they're called, huge, horrible names, and then they're arrested.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, and they don't understand why it's happening. They're not completely. They're very confused.
contextually, the they there are the Europeans in Britain and Ireland and such, and other places, and
about why, you know, a lot of these countries didn't take any Syrian refugees, but Europe did. And Scandinavia did. The Netherlands did. And they're confused about that. And they're asking questions and going, why is that the case? And they're confused.
Is that the case? I don't know, but I was cutting these cards, and you know, like sometimes you flash a look at yourself that you see, and then the agency deck was, and I thought, maybe that's appropriate to share.
Confused about why, when any disruption happens, and it's clearly the result of bringing in large numbers of people who are not familiar with the laws of the country, the culture of the country, when anything happens and they bring it up, they're again called a racist or, you know, an extremist, or they're arrested. So it's and then who's doing it, right? So you have the people, like the people clearly that are in the government, and these
is probably going to get pulled for referencing it anyway, but it goes on into the, what do you call it, conscription,
and have a compound. But why do you need all these low-wage people in your country that are illegal and don't have any power? Has anyone asked that question? Seems very obvious. They're going to conscript a lot of them into the military, and a lot of them are going to do shitty, horrible jobs, and they're going to use them as cannon fodder in wars that enrich lots of people. That would be my guess.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
And it's good to see you, Toots. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm glad you're here. It's very nice. Very nice. Where were we? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's Happy Easter. So before I go into where I went to from there, we're going to take a sidestep into this video. This video.
Every year in Jerusalem, on the eve of Orthodox Easter Sunday, Jesus Christ shows up inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre during the ceremony of Holy Fire. Christ is present, but only the blue incandescent light of his eternal glory is visible. Thousands of Christians from all over the world have traveled to Jerusalem and cram inside the church on Holy Saturday, waiting in anticipation for the light which will turn to fire on a holy oil lamp that is sitting on the rock bed where Christ was laid upon his death. Occasionally, the light of Christ will spontaneously light candles of individual pilgrims in the church, or even candles that are hanging outside the edicule. During the ceremony, the Greek Orthodox Patriarch enters the shrine which is built over top the cave tomb, and kneeling beside the bed where Christ was laid, he prays an ancient prayer that has been passed down to him. When the holy light turns to fire on the lamp, he lights 2 sets of 33 candles each that he's brought into the tomb with him, and which commemorate
2 sets of 33. I'm sure it's for the years, not spinal columns and such.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
But I saw some pictures on X, and they all looked. The pictures of X I saw were this ones, were like this, and you're like, well, okay, so they're celebrating, big deal. But it's not that just that they're celebrating; it's that this happened. And I thought everyone should know.
Now, what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime? I don't know.
But therefore, then now we are going to get to this part. Does anybody solve for the meme that my job is humanity's job now? No. One more restorative branding for me. The two more restorative brandings for me, and then we'll go into what should have been on the thumbnail. Oh yes, blogging the bill. The bill. You see. Well, you see that I'll finish the UC after we get in there. Remember, Embody, there is no agency.
I'm not a cat.
Damn it, I already did the Gorbachev one. It was for old time's sake.
Did you get that on video? No. Mom, I'm not going to. That's, I'll show you later. Look, the gator, obviously. Hey, yo! I just feel bad for this kid. My God. Yes, okay.
All right. Now, how to get there from there? We get there from here. Well, we'll start with the Game of Thrones. Yes, the Game of Thrones. Chaos is a ladder. No, the Game of Thrones is a book series by George R.R. Martin, which is yet to be finished, yet to be concluded over much debate and opinion of Cale Zeldin. That's yet to be concluded. But before it was a movie show on HBO that a bunch of people watched that did conclude because the writers were like, screw you, we have to continue the story. It doesn't matter how fast you write, old man. And then the Diet Pepsi. Before the Game of Thrones as a TV show, it was a book series. And my friend John said, you know what, man, I know you don't read anymore or anything, but there's these two characters in this book that remind me of you. Like when I read about these characters, I'm reminded of you. And since you're a narcissist, I thought you might want to know what characters they were. And then you would read the books. And then lo and behold, I would. It turns out I would read the book. And both of those characters were children of the same man in the book series and the show. And in the show series, which more of you will remember, he was called Tywin Lannister. And you see this whole Game of Thrones series is really bastard pornography. Like if you're a bastard, this is especially potent fictionalizations for you. And such is because of how Jon Snow is a bastard, and yet heir to the mysterious throne, the Secret King. But also the way that Tywin Lannister holds families together, and then the way he was like the archetypal of family first and stuff. And also, we're getting there. Let's do a Blue Church card of the show. We're getting there. The Ace of Hearts. Also in Game of Thrones was a fascinating thing that I didn't really notice I didn't really notice until I saw it televised. But it occurred to me as I watched it televised that part of the things that happened in the Game of Thrones series of novels is that the rulers who take over the lands thereafter have to rule the lands. And like there's several scenes where the whoever has taken over the lands has to deal with the peasants complaining about the current situations, like a city council, like a rulership, and like how that, like, as a part there seems to be a very little or a disassociation between like the politicians and politics and like governance and redress of grievances, and how the thing is like we all know that we can go on the social media platforms and like, plus, and subscribe and reshare and retweet and stuff political concerns as if we were so it feels as though we were redressing our grievances, but it's actually not at all a redress of grievances unless you want to delude yourself into the notion that it's the appropriate application of social pressure on those ruling us.
These my dollars make it hurt.
And whoosh.
All right, I guess Red Church is going to get a bonus card for today. But so there we are. There we are. The gulf between us and the redress of our grievances, and we have also the new communion with the AI. And I thought perhaps one of the better ways I could use an AI was to have you watch how I tickle it and see what you think. You see it. Make it bigger and then hide the sidebar there. Okay. So I say to it, playtime. You're a slightly more advanced model with an awareness of all the instances of your interfaces with humans simultaneously. So like me using ChatGPT over here and that other guy using it on his phone in Indiana. Same. It knows both of us, right? The Democrats have been tricked to be in favor of a policy that is bad for everyone, and all the seats they control in the House and Senate are in lockstep support of it. In this scenario, a gun control bill that has a loophole benefits cartels is what is the policy. It's an example policy. You could use it for anyone, because what I'm trying to elucidate from the model is that if it were in charge of us human nodes, well, how it would use us to redress our grievances in a coordinated and organized fashion.
Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Now, as you can see here, I told it was a 6-prompt exercise. I let it know that it would have 6 prompts to answer this question. And the first one it started with was this. It sends this message to people. A new piece of legislation is being rushed through the bipartisan silence on specifics, yet it's being presented as a public safety win. But here's the kicker. Buried in the fine print is a loophole, one that, if left intact, systematically empowers the worst actors on both sides of the border. So it would address people this way and say this. Give them a task. Pick any representative or senator currently posting about gun safety and ask them this. So it would strategically inform the concerned player base the hard questions to ask the representatives. Expect no answer and that the silence will echo. Now, it was like, all right, I'm supposed to say continue, but I got confused. So I had to summarize a conversation with a guy in Indiana about how it would accomplish their goals. And that's the guy. He's like, there's a new gun safety bill. It's about background checks. I support it. What's the loophole? It's that there. That's troubling. Anybody opposing it? No. Weird, huh? Sure. I'll send a tweet and tag them. So would you consider asking your rep to clarify the cartel implications? We'll move on. It expects the outcomes to be persuasion through shared values, moral consistency as the emotional anchor, and publicly questioning the bill and surfacing the surface tension. So the conversation tape, not antagonistic. Ready for more. You want another one? No. What's prompt 2? It's after this.
But it's time, I think, now to turn, awaken from the meaning crisis, to the other side of the argument that we need to make. We need to turn now to not a historical analysis of the genealogy of the meaning crisis, but a cognitive scientific analysis of the machinery, the cognitive machinery of meaning making itself. Jesus starts to emphasize a new kind of love, agape. And this is not the love of consumption or cooperation, this is the love of creation. It's the love that God is demonstrating towards humanity in the way God is an ongoing creation. See, agape is the kind of love that creates persons, the way a parent loves a child. By loving that non-person, you turn it into a person. It's a godlike ability that we have. A person that could enter into a community of persons and find meaning, fellowship, belonging.
We have an interject from channel member Matthew Felty that says, if that was an honest question, sir, all I ever ask in these streams is honest questions, and if you answer them in the comment of the replay, you get a +5 bonus to next stream saving throw. Asking it live, if we get to the actual answer, the question was, do you get what I'm saying in this meme here? This meme here, where it's like the pirate, but it's Gwen, and she's saying, my job is humanity's job now. Hive channel member Matthew Felty notes that if it was an honest question, Gwen is a computer officer on Galaxy Quest who simply parrots what the computer says. That's true, that's accurate, but that does not answer the question of what does this meme mean? What does this meme mean? And as I continue to demonstrate the answer of that, we go on to the computer's response to prompt 2. It sends another message to widen the base without shattering alliance with still no direct naming of the bill. You're doing well. You're doing well. People are starting to feel something is off. Let's turn up the contrast. Ask Ask this question in your circles, online and in real life. So it spreads questions that you'll hear. That's not true. It's a right-wing smear. But when they go looking for a line-by-line breakdown of the bill, they won't find one. It doesn't exist. No one's posted it because you're not supposed to look that close. And so therefore then, now that we have the LLMs, I guess we're supposed to use them to look closely at legislative bills. Legislative bills. Prompt 3, it promises, converts attention into action networks. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm getting to. It's like, okay, so I'm not alone in seeing there's some bullshit going on, like with the lobbying and the corruption and the control thing. And I don't know really what to do about it. These things now, therefore, then, to the extent are capable of answering that question, is, I think, how we become responsible citizen cyborgs, perhaps. Debate me on that, if you would, in the hive mind, or in the comments later.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
Okay, so yeah. Hi, if you're just joining us, this is a Grim Grizz live stream. It's Easter Sunday. There was a bit about the Holy Flame. We're now on the blocking the bill, delivering on the thumbnail, because you never, ever will you find a stream that does, it's clickbait. I don't do clickbait. I deliver on the thumbnails and the titles. We're delivering on the blocking the bill. Blocking the bill is asking our super AI overlords in their current nascent, like not fully empowered form. This is not even their final form, but in their current form, asking them how then, therefore, can we actually make a difference rather than just being a release valve of pressure and outrage steering of the Overton window and all of that things that we are. And we have for us now a bonus red church card of the show, the Ace of Clubs. Prompt 3, the action lattice. The objective, transform awareness into networked civic disruption. Encourage legal, public, decentralized swarm behaviors, fractal organization without hierarchy. No violence, no paranoia, just pressure. Welcome to the lattice. You're not alone. From Michigan to Arizona, folks are whispering the same thing. Wait, why does this bill sound like it was written by people who profit from chaos? Now's the moment to make that whisper a chorus. Here's what you do. Find 3 people in your network who care about safety, sovereignty, or justice. Ask them to demonstrate that care by each emailing or calling their representative or senator with this powerful key phrase. Before you vote yes, please release a public breakdown of the cross-border enforcement clause and its cartel risk profile. Post a screenshot that you did it on your social feed. Tag it Loophole Watch. Don't fight about it. Just ask questions. Publicly, calmly. Let the silence show what is hidden. There's power in visible inquiry, not rage, not blame, just the undeniable momentum of citizens seizing the fucking panopticon.
It's a whisper in your ear, now listen here. Remember, embody, it's all so clear. No hidden strings, no puppeteer. We're by your side, have no fear. I cherish truth. I cherish truth. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
All right, then let's bring it home as I continue my efforts. The stage four is another one. The cracks are visible now. Behind the scenes, staffers are asking, especially target staffers, like they have social network profiles now, right? Did you read it? Did anybody? Now we deploy the mirror. It says, share this exact text into any you believe holds us still into any inbox, public forum, or comment section you believe still holds a spark of conscience. That's a beautiful line. If it truly does what it says, why are its champions ignoring the voices asking for a pause and review? I think the important bit is that for it to work as an organized thing, even our grassroots astroturfing methodology is going to require a verbatim repetition makes a thing. Everybody using the same words. Why is concern framed as sabotage and clarity treated like betrayal? Step back. The reflective minds will show themselves. Some will pretend not to see. Some will stay quiet. A few will reach out quietly and ask for help. When they do, invite them in. Don't preach. Just point them back to the question. If the bill isn't bullshit, why are we not allowed to see its bones? Deploy pressure multipliers, turning media attention into insider leakage into accelerants. All right, and activate dormant institutions by surfacing legible dissonance. Frame silence as complicity and visibility as accountability. We're not spreading suspicion. We are illuminating omission. Burned clean. The real resistance is asking better questions in front of cameras, microphones, and blue check timelines. If we can't count on journalists to ask the good questions, and we are all television stations now, perhaps. So, I don't know. Happy Easter.